Straykids imagines when you are on your period and your husband wants to do it. Songman. The room was dim, Netflix playing some mindless rom-com. Yen was tucked into Songman's side, wrapped in a big blanket, a heating pad on her stomach. Songman looked calm, but his hand had been resting suspiciously on her upper for about 20 minutes now. She gave him a look. He didn't flinch. I'm not doing anything, just being sportive. She squinted. He shrugged always, but I'm also respectful, multitasking. And I literally don't care. He glanced at her, expressions casual. You being curled up next to me in these tiny shorts. And he leaned in, brushing his over her shoulder. No, but you are. And you being vulnerable, letting me hold you like this. I didn't even do anything. You exist is a problem. She set the popcorn aside slowly. And what exactly do you want? He didn't answer. I just wanted to make you feel good, he said quietly. Doesn't have to be much. Let me hold you. And if I say no, he smirked, then I'll. She turned towards him. And if I say yes, then I'm making sure you forget every cramp in your body for the next hour. She groaned. Songmin, word, it's good to be organized. I have a very important healing session to begin. Changbin. Jeongin stood in the living room, shirtless and stretching like he was preparing for a gym. Tank top thrown on the floor, muscles on full. Yen shuffled past him with a blanket and a snack, looking like the definition of leave me alone. He followed her with his eyes, grinning. You comfy, baby? I think you look hot. She flopped onto the couch with a groan. I look like a zombie who overdosed a chocolate. Changbin walked over and sat beside her. She gave him a determined stare. What do you want? He raised his hand. Me? Nothing, just stretching. While shirtless right in front of me. Can't help that, but all day and you've been walking around in those little sleep shorts, warning about cramps, touching your stomach like you want me to touch it. She grinned. Baby, I already laid out a towel on the couch. I've got vibes, I've got water, I've got stamina, right, but on. She looked at him, sighing. If we run the couch, I'll buy a new one. Leather this time, easier to clean. She laughed. You're fine. You better make it worth it. He leaned in, lips caressing her skin. Baby, I'm not just the workout, I'm the part you're. I gain the second it's over. Ian. Ian was on the floor in front of the couch, curled up with a heating pad and a look that screamed approach, and Jonkin tipped up in hold. She grunted, barely glancing at him. He sat beside her, placed the drink on the table and a plush on her back. So dramatic. I have a right to be. I know. He ran his fingers down her back gently. And I hate being you like this. But also, please don't throw anything. You've been looking. You're right. He leaned closer. Let me take care of you. No pressure. Just let me softly, slowly. You don't even have. I've handled. He smirked. Remember when I cleaned your throat up during the food poisoning nightmare? I still want you. Fair. She rolled to face him, heart pounding. But if I say yes, he smiled, cheeks pink but eyes, then I'll that blanket and buy you a nicer. I'll take care of the mess, he said, voice low and intent. You just let go. Bangchan. Bangchan pushed the bedroom door open quietly, towel hanging low, damp from shower. He leaned against the frame, watching her. Hey, he said softly, you okay? Yen crawled into the pillow. I feel like I'm being from the inside. Chan walk over, dropping the towel, of course. He moved closer, his chest against her back, his voice low, and yet I can't stop thinking about you all day I've been. She turned her head just enough to glare at him. I was trying. You did both. His hands died down, brushing. She whispered, "You're sure?" He pulled back just enough to meet her eyes. I've never been more sure of anything. If you ruin the sheets, I'll buy you silk one next time, he murmured, voice thick. But tonight I want you, all of you. Lino. The bedroom was dark except for the soft flicker of the candle Minho didn't light for romance, but because Yenset light hurt her head. Minho leaned against the doorframe, arm crossed, head tilt. Wow, Shakespeare couldn't write a tragedy this dramatic. You said that 3 hours ago, and yet here you are. Still hard, still making it really hard for me to behave. She peeked through her. I know, he said, pushing off the door and walked towards her. And you look like lying there like that, shirt barely covering your bare legs. You say that it's like a new information. I have magic hands. Wanna test me? She tried to sound annoyed, but a shiver ran down her spine. Let me help you. Let me make you feel good. I'll do everything. You don't have to move. Just lie back and let me. I'm not scared of a. I'm scared of wasting another night. Her breath caught. You're sure? He whispered. He nodded. I've Hyunjin. It started with a cup of tea and stood in the kitchen, messy bun, oversized tea, and a sleepy pout. She looked exhausted. He leaned on the counter, watching her pour water into the kettle. You want help with that? Or are you gonna scowl at the tea until. He walked over gently, took the mug from her hand, and set it down. You okay? You want me to go? No, I want you to shut up and be useful. He stepped behind her, arms slipping around her waist like. Hyunjin, I'm aware it doesn't make me want you any less, actually might make me want you more. Maybe, but I'm your problem now. His hand slid down her slowly. Let me help gently, slowly. I promise to be good. She exhaled. Fine, but we are not doing it on the counter. He lifted her. Hyunjin, you can too late. Han. Han entered the room holding a heating pad in one hand and a box of cookies in the other. Supplies and also maybe a. Yen didn't even look up from her sport on the bed. If your mission involve anything that isn't food or sleep, absorb it. She turned slowly. Did you just say my suffering turned you on? Yes, he nodded confidently. The way you've been winning and squirting. How am I supposed to resist that? She blinked. You're sick, correct, and the only cure is you. She laughed beside herself. I'm not doing anything, honey. He flopped dramatically. Fine, but just so you know, I've been planning. I've put down. I might have. Unbelievable. He moved closer, pressing his face into her. Please, just let me and maybe touch you. Baby, I've eaten gas station sushi and survived. I can handle this. She snorted. That is not a flex. It is when my face is. She looked at him for a long second. Okay, but the second I get a cramp, I'll be ready with the hot compressed water and round two. Felix. The smell of brownies hit her nose before Felix even walked in. Yen was curled up on the couch, cramping and groaning, a blanket wrapped around her leg. Felix popped into the living room with a plate in hand. I brought snacks and maybe something else. She looked up, suspicious. You baked? She narrowed her eyes. What's your actual plan, Lex? He sat next to her, offering a warm brownie. To love you, comfort you, possibly. He leaned in, voice low and teasing. You've been pacing around in those tiny shorts, all pouty and dramatic, with every cramp and she burst out laughing. That was a private moment. You were fairy. It did things to me. His hand slipped beneath the blankets, rocking. Felix, what about the mess? Towels, wet wipes, clean sheets. I'm Australian. I'm prepared for floods. Stop. He moved in closer, his voice now almost a whisper. I just want to make you feel good, even when you feel bad. You deserve. Just tell me where it hurts, he whispered. She muttered, if we get brownie crumb in the sheets, I'll lick them off. God, you're dangerous. Only for you, babe. And then she let him pull her under the blanket. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos.